Now then, dude and dudettes, Maxazillion here with a wear video. Not made one in a while, and I'd like to present my collection of mature animal comedies, mainly animations, anthropomorphic animal animations. Mature, so no like Mickey Mouse or Peter Rabbit or among the other ones, Well, let's start it off with Father of the Pride. Yes, rated as 12. So, we're starting off. It's about a family of white lions. Pride of white lions that live in Viva Las Vegas with Siegfried and Roy. The magicians. Look them up. And like Larry, who's voiced by John Goodman. Kate. I'm only gonna reveal the names that matter to me, that interest me. She's the mother. Sharia, I think that's her name, the teenage daughter. She's voiced by Daniela Harris, who was on Halloween 4 and 5 back from the 80s, and she did Debbie on the Wild Fawn Boys. I can't remember the guy who did the grandfather. He's a very famous comedian. I can't think of his name. And Hunter the cub. And it's just about a family of American. A family of white lions live in an animal village. His best friends are a gopher. Get into things. John D'Amigo off Dender, he does the voice of a few, he does the voice of a gazelle in there, and it's just set in an animal village. They get up to all sorts of things, they don't want the, family issues, living with the father-in-law, getting thinking the teenage daughter's on drugs, Larry being, the alpha male, he's putting on weight, he's lost his machoism. I recommend this comedy. It's and Donkey, Eddie Murphy, he does a guest star in there because it's by the DreamWorks produces, behind their animation, and Donkey off Shrek guest stars in there. In the second disc, so I've got the complete season here. So yeah, it's quite. I'm quite happy I've got this. It's quite cheap, but I'd pay up to about 20 quid if I have to, because this is a diamond comedy. I love this thing. Happy Tree Friends. How could you forget this, eh? I first watched this when I was in school on the internet, and it's like Itchy and Scratchy off The Simpsons, but a lot more brutal. It's a bloodbath orgy of cute quitters, that get involved in some highly agonising, painful deaths. I feel sorry for them. It's definitely an acquired taste, this type of comedy, if you'd call it that. It's a bit. A few people would just be absolutely disgusted. The gore on this, even though it's a 12, it's just absolutely horrific. It's just what happens to these poor critters, rabbits, squirrels, and Lumpy, he's the moose on there, he's a bit of an idiot. But yeah, look it up, if you've not heard of Happy Tree Friends. I'm not saying, of course, I don't pity you. It's pretty extreme, even though it's only released to 12 in this country. Oh, very happy I've got this in my collection. Life's a Zoo. from the glorious nation of Canada. Far more better than Terence and Philip. I'm very sorry about like South Park offending Canadians by saying that they're a weird race of flapping, talking egg cups. That's not. I don't get that. But yeah, this is also this is as you can see there, it's a region 4 release. It's from Australia, and Life's a Zoo. It's a bit like Big Brother. Like these sinful animals in a house in the province of Saskatchewan, Canada, in the middle of a wheat field, and like the prize is to win the house. It's let's start with Jake. He's obviously Canadian bacon. He's a pig. Way, he's my favourite. He's like pot smoking, chilled out orangutan, a bit hyperactive, because he's he's a bit of a crazy guy and that. Chi-Chi, the Chinese panda, like a bit of the eating problems. She's a binge eater, bless her. We all have our sins, don't we? Dr. D, the whapping penguin. He's likes his cigars, likes his bling, Wico, the Colombian Latino crocodile. He is a bit on the old fruity side. He likes to put the fruity things in his mouth, like margarita is, well, basically is gay. Muleski, the stereotypical Russian, like when the Cold War was still on. Is quite old, in a fez, rides a unicycle, and is like swigs vodka every 5 minutes. And he's my second favourite really, because it's just like the way he talks, and like a Russian, like sober is a word that isn't in his dictionary. And Manu, who sounds a bit Caribbean, a bit like Rihanna. I'm not sure how Rihanna talks, like the pop star, and she sort of reminds me of Naomi Campbell, like the black model from London. She's a Black Panther, and she's got a Caribbean accent. She's very vain, very vulgar, like purges all the time. But yeah, I absolutely love this comedy. Bit mature. It's only I only really could find this in Australia. You can see that origin, Canada. The best thing to ever come out of Canada for me. Besides, well, I've got volume 2. Oh yeah, the guy who presents it, he's a vulture with like a posh English accent. And but oh shit, I've got them the wrong way around. That's volume 1. That's volume 2, and that's volume 3. Life's a Zoo. This you can watch this on YouTube. Shut Up Cartoons have it, but it's the bleep out all the swear words, and like they cover all like the bongs and the joints, all the cool references. But yeah, this is an interesting one. What the hell are you staring at? Duckman. It's about a family man. Private Dick is a detective. He's a family man, and he's very obnoxious. He's very rude. He like park in a handicapped space and just not give a shit. He lives with his family there. Charles and Mambo. Ajax, a simpleton. The Siamese twins are quite bright, and there's a bitch of a sister-in-law who she's very like harsh and nasty, mean to him, because he's such a waste of space, and she's a bit of an iron lady, and she does a lot of exercise, and grandma. It's this is there's quite a lot of looks up to about 4 seasons. My DVD player doesn't really work. This is a region 4. The rest of them are on region 1. The DVD player will play the Duckman. seasons 3 and 4. But yeah, the reason why I got this 90s comedy is because I like ducks. I used to feed them a lot, but since you know, like, you can only feed them rice or grain, well, not rice, you can only feed them like corn or grain now, because like bread's bad for them, it bloats them up. So I bought this because I like ducks. Ducks are, you know, like on, you know, up there, you know, favourite animals, because I just like ducks really. And yeah, Cornfed, the pig, he's the guy, you know, the other detective that works with Duckman, and you know, he's a level-headed guy. You know, he just sort of, yeah, you have to watch it. You know, watch it. I like it when I'm in the mood. I don't watch it that much. I mean, I can't, because there's a bloody DVD player. I need a new DVD player. Freaking multi-regional DVD player packing in on me. The guy who does the voice of Duckman is called Jason Alexander. He was the voice of the guy off Aladdin called Abismal, if that's any consolation. Bojack Horseman. Now this is a modern classic, a Netflix original series. It's Region 4 again. I can't. It's not. There's no Region 1 release. I absolutely love this. This is Will Arnett, who does the voice of Bojack. He was on Blades of Glory with Will Farrell, but that's not important. He was also Canadian. But yeah, Will Arnett, yeah. It's about a washed up TV star from the 90s, set in a world with anthropomorphic animal characters. Princess Carolyn, I think that's her agent, she's a cat. So there's humans and animal characters. There's various varieties, like they even have like even spiders. You know, like, you know, the gift of being a humanoid. You know, having the bones and the brains, and you know, the having pleasure when they and enjoying a good drink and a good jug fest. You know. Yeah, Bojack Horseman, season 1. It's the only one that's available. There's 2 more seasons. Yeah, I recommend this. Bojack Horseman. It's a must-have for, you know, if you're a fan of animal comedies. I'll go on to my British comedies now. I don't want to believe wamble, so I am not an animal. I did this in another video, but it's not got any views. It's about these animals, and vivisect. They get upgraded with human personalities, they escape. It's a very weird animation. It's always a human eyes. Steve Coogan's in it, I'll mention him, and Simon Pegg. Steve Coogan does the sparrow. There's a sparrow, there's a horse, there's a monkey, there's a wat, a slutty wat, and a bulldog. I know the monkey's called Hugh. He's my favourite character because he's got a like strange Scottish accent. I think I don't know what the Philip's the horse. Yeah, my horse is the second favourite character, and you know, Claire's the what. I can't remember the name of the bulldog or the sparrow, but the sparrow is like the prick in there. It's like they have human personalities, but like they're very sort of like posh pricks, you know, toffee nose, you know, like wankers really, sort of like upper class, and you know, like, you know, enjoy a good like wine, and you know, sort of like have a posh house, you know, posh. It's a strange comedy. There's only 6 episodes made. 15. Yeah, I'll let that. Oh, Mumbles. This is not an animation. It's a puppet comedy. It's set in London, Millwall, and the backyard of a pub. It's about a load of feral animals. 2 foxes, Nelson and Vince. A pigeon. A cat, and an Afghan hound who's a pet. Nelson, you know, he's a sort of like a suburban, sort of posh, you know, sort of like cowardly fox. You know, he's not very manly. He's a bit of a metrosexual, you know, and Vince, you know, he's like the tough, hardy urban fox. You know, like he's a nutcase. He's always swearing. It's always bleeped. Paul Kay does the voice of him, and yeah, Paul Kay was off. It's all on Pete Tong, and you know, like Dennis the Pennis. It's yeah, I like that. You know, it's all on Pete Tong's one of my most favourite films. Warning, contains wild animals. And does the voice of the pigeon. You know, she's a bit anti-human. She's a bit of a woof old girl. You know, she was on a comedy called Cathy. What's her name? I had a piece of paper here. Cathy Bland. She was on a Titty Titty Bang Bang. It's a British comedy from 2006. But yeah, I really like this comedy. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit nuts. It's very British. You'd have to be sort of British to understand it. But yeah, it's puppet comedy at its finest. It's, yeah, check it out for yourself. And yeah, Marion, you know, he's a cat. He's got a bit of a like strange French Spanish accent. It's hard to determine. And he's a bit simple, and he likes his movies, like me in a way. I'm supposed to be a cat, but you know, call me a bear or a dog or me a cat, because maybe some whiskers would be more convincing. So, and Destiny, you know, she's, you know, literally a bitch. And who else is there again? Yeah, I think that's covered them and shit then. Mongols. We ran from 2010 to 2011. Brilliant comedy. To finish with, we'll finish with the movie. Now. Oh my god! A fox and a rabbit. They look like they were in love. That's just a bit graphic. That's freaking nuts. That's crazy. That's depraved. Ugh. I'm sorry how that got in there. Right, let's get back to something more tame, shall we? Wits the Cat. This is a comedy from the 70s, 1972. Wits the Cat, and the 9 Lives of Wits the Cat, the sequel. This is it's got a cult following. This it's one of the first adult animations to ever appear. You know, it's got the interview of Ralph Baksin, you know, the guy who the mastermind behind it. It's set in the swinging 60s. It's in New York, and it's about this cat, a waster college student that just wants to do drugs and do sex all the time. And he gets involved in these like situations, like politically correct things, like he gets on the wrong side of like, you know, like these crows that portray African American animals, you know, people in the film. But yeah, and the pigs are actually the cops in that, the reference to the pigs. So a lot of the references are still relevant to this day, you know. Yeah, Fritz is a wild old, you know, waster, you know, like it's a very gritty comedy. It's a bit of a strange one. It's a bit sleazy. It's, you know, it's like from the 70s. I like it. It's my type of comedy. since I'm a cat, and you know, I don't really promote this, but yeah, this is a very interesting film. And the second film is in. It's not as good as the first one. He just gets high on the couch, you know, like with his like wife and son. His wife's always having a go at him, and he keeps having these like hallucinations, you know, like, you know, he's reminiscing about his 9 lives. But the first one, yeah, it's very infamous. The first X-rated cartoon. We're not rated X for nothing, baby. I'll just show you. See, I got the poster there. We're not rated X for nothing, baby. That's Black Sad. That's a graphic novel I have, and Bojack Horseman. Thank you very much if you tuned in. God bless.